Fly high. Spoken breaths speak in awe of endless open skies and the salted reality of wide seas moving beneath. Two threads of energy rise, a quiet resolve of solitude, and the untamed arc of travel unbound by imaginary borders. Born from a beach in Mexico where rested eyes gazing upward met the blue above and found a frigate bird wheeling free. Long a companion to sailors and island drifters, the frigate bird carries lore of distant journeys and wind-borne omens. Seafarers across time, from the first voyagers to those who navigate the oceans today, have shared its signs. High soaring wings speak of fair winds and safe passage ahead, while low flight or resting near land warns of storms or shifting seas. To glimpse a frigate bird circling is to trust that unseen currents will lead to fresh catch, landfall, or calm harbor. This layered vision shows the hidden swirl of energy traced back onto the wings, a reminder that form is never empty, always carrying the unseen essence and the genetically transmitted knowledge of Mother Earth's teachings. Within this is the gift of tools needed to survive the shifts of her natural forces, enabling a destined return home to source. Fly springs from Old English fle ogan, meaning to move through air. High holds its root in Norse hor, meaning lofty or exalted. The frigate bird drifts from French frégate, a swift vessel, echoing how these birds slipstream above ships and coasts, guardians for those who trust the open sea. Numerology brings a twin tale. Fly high rests in the 3, alive with creative spark, expressive freedom, and the trust and ability to rise. Frigate bird anchors in the 9, the seafarer's number of vision and completion, the wisdom gathered from this magical bird's ever soaring toward vast horizons. Together they speak of journeys that lift the spirit and return it with stories to share. The first impression lifts like a seabird's cry, permission to cast off what clings, to taste the horizon as an old friend waiting. Wings stretch wide over possibility, reminding that spaciousness is both the threshold and the promise. Colors swirl within these wings. About 40% sky blue opens wide perspective and freedom, lifting the mind into clarity. Ivory white drifts through at 30%, carrying innocence of spirit and the willingness to stay open to the wind. 20% black anchors the unseen mystery held deep within the wingspan, while the final 10% of sand beige threads through like a quiet promise of return to the shore. Energy flows left to right, carrying time forward into new breezes, with subtle spirals within the wings. An integration of what stirs beneath and rises above. This swirl invites a steady release of old burdens, letting the updraft of new vision lift the heart. This layered composite whispers that every form wears its energy like a second skin, and each solitary flight circles back to its source, always integrated, always radiating naturally. What does this open sky ask of the hidden parts? How might you trust the solitary path that still connects you to the whole? Where does the horizon begin inside your own heart? Sense the body lightening, buoyed by winds that know your truest direction. Now rise. Let every hidden current lift you higher, carried by a trust in unseen influence. Consider your bond with this frigate bird. Maybe you too have traced its silhouette from the deck of some memory. How has this meaning shifted since you last called on its wings? May this inspiration remind you that true freedom is not escape, it is belonging to wind, sea, and the drift between. If you pulled this card, trust the invisible currents within your own sky. Let them show you how to fly high and return whole.